Next up on the Cosmic News Network, First Contact with Joshua Pope.
Good morning, Earthlings. Good. How you doing today? Good. How you doing today? Welcome to First Contact Radio. Welcome to First Contact Radio. To talk about all these things I'm talking about is because in life, everything is energy. Every single thing that's out there.
Yo, it's First Contact with Joshua Pope. He's the man on the mic, just in case you didn't know it. Covering news from all around the globe, from the weather and space to UFOs. We'll talk politics and make you open your eyes. Conspiracy theories and government lies. We'll dig it all up and try to find the proof. Cause the times just demand the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio. We have arrived. First Contact Radio. We have arrived. First Contact Radio.
It's time to demand
First Contact Radio. We have arrived. First Contact Radio.
Good morning, Earthlings. Welcome back to First Contact Radio. How you doing today? Glad you could be here. Today is the 20th of the month of January. You can see here that our moon sign is in Gemini. Our moon sign right here, our sun sign is getting ready to move into the next sign at 9:27 a.m. So we're a little more than an hour from now. Our sun is going to go into Aquarius. We've been in Capricorn for the entire last month. Remember Capricorn? This is the tarot card that represents Capricorn, the devil. It's all about illusion. Okay, now we're getting ready to move into the next phase, the star. So we're going to start to look at things in a different way. Our conscious mind is going to start experiencing things differently. The star, Aquarius, represents air. So air moves. So we're going to have some movement that's going to take place over this period of time. The movement takes place on the mind. So a lot of mental energy, a lot of thinking takes place during Aquarian times. And we think about the future. We think about the possibilities of the future. So here we are, beginning of the year, beginning of a new sun sign. Our moon sign is currently in Gemini, which is also an air sign. All about, it's represented by the lovers in the tarot. It's about the choices we make using our mind, the mental choices, the words we speak, the relationships we have. It's all about choices, what we choose to do and how we choose to express ourselves, implying the idea that we have free will and our choices come from our free will. So we have free will to choose whatever we want to choose. And therein lies the beauty of being here on Earth. The aspects we're looking at today are mainly squares as we get throughout the course of the day. 10:48 a.m., a square with Chiron. Just past noon, almost at 12:30, a square between Mercury and Uranus. And finally tonight at 7:07 p.m., between the moon Gemini and Jupiter. So Chiron is the healer, the wounded healer. So when this comes up, it means that we're looking at a part of ourselves that needs to be healed. Gemini, the moon sign, tells us that this has to deal with our relationships, our communication ability. There's something in there that needs some healing. Remember, squares are lessons. We're going to learn some lesson, learn something important. Here we have with the Uranus. Uranus brings unexpected changes, surprises, things of this nature. And this is going to be in connection with our communication, Mercury. So some sort of a lesson there. Maybe watch what we're saying so we don't have any surprises in the things that we say or perhaps the things we do. And then later on tonight, Jupiter wants to expand things, expand that realm of communication out. But remember, we're still learning some lessons. So maybe learning our boundaries about where we express ourselves and where we don't. To know when to stop, perhaps. So just some things to think about. But we have an air sign in Gemini and we have an air sign in Aquarius. So lots of air. Lots of activity in the air level. The moon is 86.8% of the way back or up to a full moon. Full moon will be on the 23rd, which is coming up this Saturday, 5:45 p.m. On the Jewish calendar, today is 10 Shavat, is the name of today. 10 Shavat, the month of Shavat, the 10th day. The daily thought is bread from heaven. Your place is the wilderness. The bread you eat falls from heaven. Your basket is in your hands. Clutch your basket tight in your hands, and your manna will have no place to rest. Open it up. Whatever falls from heaven in your basket will always be full. Okay? It's a good saying. So basically, keep yourselves open to the opportunities that God has for us. And when we close off the opportunities, well, we can't get anything in our basket. Mayan Oracle, 6-tone day. The human is the kin, so is the yellow. Ripe is the meaning of yellow. Rhythmic, finding the rhythm of this wave spell, finding the rhythm of the energy. With the rhythm comes the idea of equality, of back and forth in equal rhythm. The human is free will, so we have the ripe, rhythmic, free will. Okay, an opportunity to make choices, as I was just discussing momentarily. Here we have the hand about accomplishment, which is also the wave spell that we're on. The hidden power is purification of the moon, the subconscious, and our challenge for today is inspiration, finding the inspiration around us. The phrase is I organize in order to influence balancing wisdom. I seal the process of free will with the rhythmic tone of equality. I am guided by my own power doubled. Spaceweather.com, solar wind 357.5 kilometers per second. Planetary K index is unsettled at the moment at a 4. Looks like it's going to stay there the next 24 to 48 hours. Got the large coronal hole in the bottom, another one opening up here. 22nd is the notification date that will receive some sort of effect from that. M-class flare possibilities at 1%, X-class also at 1. Geomagnetic storm activity in the mid-latitudes looks like it's dropping. It was 30. It's going to be dropping down to 20. In the high latitudes, from 40 down to 25 in the severe range. So things are subsiding a bit. And finally, up in the sky tonight, as you know, we have the 5 planets that have just gone into alignment. They will be there over the course of the next month. You can catch them early, just before the sun comes up. Here it says, Sirius twinkles brightly after dinner time below Orion in the southeast, far below the moon, sometime around 8 or 9 p.m. depending on your location. Sirius shines precisely below fiery Betelgeuse and Orion's shoulder. How accurately can you time this event to your location? Okay, so here we are. Orion, moon. Okay. And that is our cosmic weather for today. So, plan accordingly. UFO news is up next. Let's get to it.
This is the UFO News with Joshua Poet.
All right, Dirk. Thank you very much. Today I have 5 stories for you. The first story comes to us from Flagstaff, Arizona. You see the Weather Channel logo here, so it was picked up on a major broadcast. Fleet of UFOs over Flagstaff. This is a great capture of some UFOs cloaked in the clouds over Flagstaff. We know that they are not clouds because the wind is blowing hard and the real clouds are moving very fast. However, these UFO clouds are hovering in place, observing the city of Flagstaff. They don't move. This is very close to Nellis Air Force Base, where there is no alien base located inside. Okay, so these clouds here are the clouds being referenced, and how the clouds just continue to sit there despite the movement of everything else. Okay. And speculated. So is that accurate? Don't know. That is the speculation. Just wanted to show you that. Here we have another, what appears to be cloud cloaked UFO. This one is over Bologna in Italy. Okay, as I've said before, UFOs become visible for a small amount of time during sunset. This one was during a cloudy day, yet it cannot hide from the sunset revealing it. I was at my job, driving my van towards a long straight road in Bologna, the city where I live. I was looking ahead at the traffic when I saw a brilliant light in the sky in front of me. The light was yellow-orange and seemed quite hot, just like a little sun. It was also surrounded by a beautiful little rainbow on its lower part. Either the light or the rainbow were very clear in the sky. Although the sky was a quiet, cloudy, right after this I noticed a huge disc-shaped object floating steady just on the left of the light. The object seemed to me to be disguised as a cloud. It was like a disc-shaped cloud of a totally different color than its surroundings. It was light gray, silver white. The whole sky around it was cloudy gray or clean. Okay. Object in question, whatever it is, very bizarre, but nothing out of the ordinary that we haven't seen before. Okay, so first question, is this some sort of a lens flare? Well, we don't seem to have anything bright that would be reflecting off of, so I would have to say no. But this looks like an actual anomaly of some sort in the clouds. It does appear that there is something back here being lit, backlit perhaps. Maybe this is the sunlight coming through when the sun is going down. All right, there you go. Next, this is up near the sun. We have this object here. Someone describing it looking like a Battlestar Galactica fighter. Just a reminder of what that looks like right there. The UFO has all the signs of being an intelligently made craft. It's about 3 tail wings and a nose area. It has an uplifted cockpit area. There is a trail behind it where there is a small orb drone is dropped off. Okay, says this looks slightly different than previous captures. To me, this looks like it has been designed here on Earth and resembles some sort of space fighter vehicle. Just my opinion. Street Cap 1. And Street Cap 1 captures a lot of UFOs up by the sun and elsewhere. Okay, so what is this? Definitely looks like something out of the ordinary of what we normally see up there. Moving on to the next story. The story of the so-called smoking gun evidence of aliens. According to Bob White, he and a friend discovered an unusual lump of metal close to a remote highway in Colorado after a claimed UFO sighting. The mysterious thing was found in the area where they claimed to witness a multicolored object that released down an enormous ball of light as it went upwards into the sky. The strange event is now known as Bob White's UFO artifact. Because of the strangeness, along with the description of the way he discovered it, UFO believers considered the object not just a smoking gun evidence, but the bullet. Mr. White has claimed that a companion drove him to the remote area while he was asleep between Grand Junction, Colorado and the Utah border. His friend woke him around 2 to 3 a.m. for a second time to say that the light in the sky they spotted earlier was getting bigger. His account stayed firm until his death in 2009. He said the light was approximately the same size as the harvest full moon. As it got closer, it grew larger. He said that they were a few hundred yards from it and then turned off the ignition. They slowly moved towards the bizarre thing. He described it as huge, about the same size of a huge barn. Mr. White then got out of the car for better to look. For some unknown reason, turned on the headlights. The lights then ascended as fast as the eyes could follow it, Mr. White stated. Then another light came into view. To Mr. White, he described it as a small bright orange with a tinge of blue, white, yellow falling from the massive object. Mr. White then went to the area where he believed it would have landed. He claimed to have discovered a grove on the ground around 18 inches deep and 9 inches wide. He followed it and found the object was still growing. For the next 11 years, he reportedly hid the object because he was afraid that it could damage his career in the entertainment business should he declare it. In 1996, he started telling a story about the metal object and spent the next 13 years trying to get it recognized as his historical discovery. He toured with the subject matter in several UFO conferences, even established a museum of the unexplained and housed the object together with other mysterious objects. He then had it analyzed scientifically at 13 laboratory tests. It was confirmed that the object was a solidly centered aluminum alloy, and 33 elements were all known. No two labs provided the same result, and none concluded that the object could be of extraterrestrial origin. However, it was reportedly found that some of the object's isotopic ratios matched those observed in meteorites found on Earth. Despite all Mr. White's efforts, and many considered it smoking gun, the origin of the object was never confirmed. Okay, so there you have it. There's our object in question. And last but not least, I showed you this yesterday. I wanted to bring it up again because this one was quite baffling. This right here. I showed a few people this and asked what they thought. I kept getting back answers that it must be some sort of atmospheric effect. But this is very bizarre. Very bizarre indeed. All right, there you have it. That is our UFO news for today. I'll be back and we shall continue on. Stay tuned.
Come into our circle, Great Spirit. Fill our souls with peace.
Continuing on. So yesterday I introduced you to some information on the Pleiades and some of Barbara Marciniak's channelings. Today I'm going to continue on. I'm going to read a little bit of one of her books, Bringers of the Dawn. If you haven't read any of Barbara's books, please check them out. They're available. You can find them all over the place online. You've got Bringers of the Dawn, which is the one I'm going to read from today. You've got Earth, you've got Family of Light, and of course there's numerous channelings that are available online where you can listen to the channeling itself. Anyway, this is from Bringers of the Dawn. This is the first chapter. Our ancestors were some of the original planners of Earth, orchestrators who seeded worlds and civilizations with creativity and love. Because of their qualifications, they like to orchestrate worlds just as conductors love to conduct. Our ancestors are also your ancestors. and we like to call you our ancient family, as indeed you are. Our ancestors gave their DNA to the original planners, and this DNA became part of the DNA of the human species. We Pleiadians come from your future, in a version of the now. There exists a place of tyranny and turmoil, and they have seen the probable futures of the earth that include the same tyranny and decay. Time is greatly misunderstood in the third-dimensional reality. You believe that time is measured in minutes and degrees. Time is much vaster than you realize. In actuality, time codes and plays with information, allowing you to move into reality simultaneously by stretching, distorting, curving, and twisting time around. You can get on an elliptical curve of time and experience many realities by simply going around the elliptical curve and discovering that as time is not solid, neither is reality. As all realities are not solid, and as the future is not set, it is only a number of probabilities, we see an opportunity at this time to insert a more positive probability for Earth. We wish to reinsert light on this planet and restore Earth to its original purpose, that of becoming a magnificent intergalactic exchange center of information. So we have to come back in a section of time to a place we call a kernel, or a seed, in order to effect change. This change will not only affect Earth, it will affect your future, our present, and the entire universe. This is big news. You have come to Earth at a place and a time when evolution is at hand. A major leap is about to take place that you came to participate in, and you are not alone, for many energies are coming to Earth to participate in this great project. There are motherships surrounding this planet that are acting as literal transducers of energy. There are beams of light coming to Earth from old and ancient star systems that have been working with you for eons. These beams of information are being blasted onto the planet. All of this information is being beamed to you. Your body must be able to receive it, transduce it, boost it, and beam it back out to others. Many of you will build telepathic links with the motherships that will be like having your radio stations through which you'll be able to tune into a wealth of information at will. This is the evolution of superconsciousness, the evolution into the highest aspects of your being. You do not need to worry about becoming the being, for you already are this being, and you just need to remember it. Since the veils around Earth were lifted at the time of the harmonic conversions, you have been steadily beamed with this energy from the outer cosmos, and it is constantly being stepped up and increased as you are able to handle it. You are evolving now at such an extremely accelerated rate that each year of this decade will be like 10 or more from the previous century. Feel how much you accomplished by 1999 and feel who you will be. It will be as if you have lived 100 years in a decade. You will be flooded with memory, flooded with many other things, many of you will take trips on large ships to perform various portions of the solar system. As you come into the age of light, worlds will open that you never knew existed. You have moved past the other ages, the Bronze Age, the Iron Age, the Industrial Age, the Information Age, and so on. These other ages have to do with seeding, planting, cultivating, and putting the potentialities of life into the third dimension. A transition is about to occur, a dimensional shift that will lessen the density of the third dimension so that you will move into higher dimensions into which the body does not have such a solid state. You have come here because you wish to master the evolutionary process and to be able to live with it. This is going to be very exciting because it means that you're going to function in many realities. Buried deep inside of you are all of the answers. The questions that come to the forefronts of your mind are arising so you can bring the answers from within your own beings. In order to achieve this, you must first believe that the information is stored there. Humanity is learning a great lesson at this time. The lesson is, of course, to realize your godhood, your connectedness with Prime Creator and all that exists. The lesson is to realize that everything is connected and that you are all a part of it. There are multitudes of cultures and societies that exist throughout the vastness of space, and these societies and cultures have been on and off this planet from the very beginning. It is not just that we, the Pleiadians, have come to assist. We are only one grouping from one star system. There are many who have journeyed here for many reasons. The majority of the extraterrestrials here are for your upliftment, though there are also those here for other reasons. Your history moves in and out of very special times. Many of you became involved on Earth eons ago through star energy and through working with higher realms. You know quite completely the difficulties that Earth has gone through and how many times the lands have shifted and how many times help has come from the skies. Information was distorted when those who came from the skies to move you along in your development were turned into gods. As children idolize those who can do what they cannot do, your society clearly demonstrates the same method of creating godhood. The concept behind the method is one of the belief paradigms that you have come to change. The third-dimensional world is one of great challenge, for it allows magnificent limitations to set themselves up. Through these limitations, structures are formed, and through the process you create and learn that you are a portion of Prime Creator and that Prime Creator desires experience. You are magnificent beings, members of the family of light, and you came to Earth at this time on an assignment to create, shift, and make a change, to assist in the transition. Love is the key. Love is what makes up the universe. The present technology on Earth will only develop to a certain extent because mankind does not yet understand that love is necessary. Energy can take all forms of creativity, but one is dealing with greed or hatred or any emotion that is not working towards light. One is not only allowed to do so, one is only allowed to go so far. There is only so much information that is available to this sort of vibration. Love is the basic building block, so when one has love, all possibilities exist. Bringing back the concepts of light, which are information, and love, which is creativity, is the plan. It takes renegades like the family of light to come into a system that has been primarily dark for eons and to change it. We are very much renegades where we are. As we said, our own system is in need of transformation. We are working as a bridge or a link through the family of light in a variety of systems in order to change our own system. Your raising of consciousness through love and responsibility nourishes us, replenishes us, and expands our consciousness so that we may evolve further. Therefore, as we are friends and guides to assist you, so you assist us as well. Where will this transition take you? We would like to see you become qualified to form words consciously. You are preparing to seed and to be the species planted on many new worlds as they are being formulated, and because you have stored within your memories the history of what occurred here on Earth, you'll be able to teach others and consciously hold the direction in which other worlds need to go. It is a vast plan you are participating in. All of you jumped at the chance to be here in such a challenging place at such a challenging time. You were certain you could do it. Also, you were told before you came here that there would be much assistance and that at different junctures of your development, different entities would present themselves upon the planet in different capacities to trigger you, fire you up, and remind you not to do it for you. We are one of those triggers, a catalyst. When you hear the name Pleiadians, you feel a connection because we are assisting you in the bringing of your own information, your own knowing forward. By working with you, it is our intention to offer you a reminder of who you are so you can find the greatest source for your own inspiration. If we could assist assign a career to each of you or to give you a way of being, we would ask each of you to become an inspiration. When you're able to live in this capacity and to be an inspiration to all who you encounter, you will be a living light, and that is quite profound. Remember that we are here for our reasons, and that you are here for your reasons, and that we are all here to evolve together and to create a new vibrational frequency. We wish to break belief paradigms that separate individuals as they evolve. We wish to create an ambassadorship, a game of harmony and cooperation by giving you information that strikes you at the core of your beings, no matter what your former beliefs have been. We, the group that speaks to you, are intending to fill our own resume with some interesting experiences. When we first began speaking in 1988, our collective consisted of 50 to 75 entities, some physical, some non-physical, all Pleiadian. Our numbers have been growing, and our collective now consists of well over 100 entities from many different systems, We can now be called Pleiadians. Plus, there are those in our reality who do not believe that we can accomplish what we have set out to do with you. They feel that we are taking too many chances and too many risks if they are sitting on the edge of their seats to see what will happen. There are those in the system who believe that we are here to spread fear, but we do not see it that way. We do not wish to scare any of you. We simply wish to inform you. If you sit in a dark room and you hear strange sounds, it can be fearful. However, if you turn on the light to see what is making the sounds, it is not so scary. We wish you to be informed about what you are dealing with. Light is information. Ignorance is darkness. We want you to be working in the light, not in the dark. We are involved in working with you because we wish to evolve our consciousness towards more free will and expression. Just as you are on assignment to change the system that you are within, we are on assignment to change the system that we are within. We are not without our purpose. As we said, we come here from your future, and in certain instances we have our hands full. We need you just as you need us. You, as members of the family of light, can institute, implement, or insert a grand new probability in the chain of realities that will implode in the next 20 years from this sector of existence, because you physically live on this planet. It is through you that the transformation will occur. What you do now vastly affects us. What happens with Earth vastly affects us. We are here to assist, to teach, to evolve as we go through this process together. We give our version of things only to bring you into the higher consciousness. We do not wish you to say that this version and only this version is how it is. The whole teaching is designed with a great purpose in mind, and the stories that we tell are set up to take you to higher planes of consciousness. This is our intention. The words that we chose and the concepts of which we speak are triggers for codes that are stored deep inside of your bodies. Your bodies are waiting for the questions to be poured out so you can begin to resonate with the answers inside of yourself, so that cellular memories within your bodies can begin to remember what they already know. As we speak to you, you will remember. In speaking to you, we wish you to always to expand your definition of reality. However, never take anything we say literally. Always follow the larger spiral that we are intending to create, that allows you to see the bigger picture. Never stop where we define an idea, since we are simply here to open up the paradigms and rattle your cages so that you begin to find the activation of the real knowledge, the true knowledge that is stored inside of you. This is where the data is, and we have come to awaken it in you. We wish to throw out ideas for your consideration. We wish to encourage you not to get stuck on any one idea, and to embrace also what you are hesitant about or fearful of. Realize that when you face the so-called dark portions or shadow portions of yourself, you are creating an opportunity of liberation for all concerned. This comes back to the first and final tenet: thought creates. No matter what situation you find yourself in, it is the power of your thoughts that got you there. It is also the impeccable belief that thought creates that will transform your experience and the planetary existence. We recommend that you do a little questioning of anyone who overdefines and tells you absolutes. It is important to hear many different opinions and many different stories. Listen to a person's story, then see if it feels right. Is it for your own benefit and upliftment? One of the things we like to teach you is that it is up to you to decide what to do. We give you information, however, it is up to you to decide what to do with it. You are in charge of your life. We are not. We like to pride ourselves on being storytellers. This is a certain credibility and a certain sensationalism in the way we present data. However, story that we tell you at one point is certainly not the only story. It is not the end and is not the only truth. It is only one fragmentation, one small portion of the bigger picture. No matter what story we tell you today, we guarantee you that a year from now we will tell you a different story, because a year from now you will be able to comprehend things in a grander fashion. So the story will constantly evolve. Your task is to find your identity inside of the story, to find what you know, not what you want to believe or what you have been told. Trusting what you know is imperative, for knowing is your connection to Prime Creator. Each and every one of you is going to have to know that your life is about something as you begin to remember your role. You yourself chose to be here. You are on assignment. to bring memory forward and to bring the value of human existence back to the forefront of creation. You are needed. You have been training in this assignment for lifetimes, and you do not come unprepared. All that you need to know is inside of you, and it is your task to remember your training. This is not a lifetime when you are going to be taught new information. As we said before, this is the lifetime when you are going to remember what you already know, and we are just here to remind you of it. That is part of our assignment. Okay? So very good. I really enjoy the Pleiadian material. It really resonates with me. I'm sure it resonates with you as well. So this was Bringers of the Dawn. There's a lot more to this book. There are many chapters. I could show you in the contents here how many chapters there are. Right here. We just did the one, Ambassadors Through Time. Okay, but we have 22 chapters. 22 chapters, and I'm going to leave the link available so you can track this down and read this. I'm just going to read the introduction because there are other subjects I want to get into. All right, here's an article from Intent blog. It's called Love, Healing, and the Journey Home. Love, Healing. This is by Jeff Carrera. I hope I said that right. I believe that spiritual growth under the right conditions is as natural as breathing, and the conditions of our world are the perfect conditions for spiritual growth. The person you are right now, with all of the challenges and strengths, pain and joy, failures and victories, is exactly the person for the journey ahead. And your life, exactly as it is offering you the exact conditions to stimulate growth. My intention for this essay is to share with you why I believe that existence is an unending emergence of pure love, a perfect and continuous homecoming in spite of, and in sense of, because of all the tragedy, pain, and unnecessary suffering that is endured by so many of us. I would start by asserting that the degree to which we recognize that suffering is an unnecessary is evidence that somewhere we already know that love is the ground of existence. This universe was born out of love, and our desire for spiritual fulfillment is an expression of that love, an extension of that love, and the fulfillment of that love. Human life is challenging. We find ourselves caught in the middle between the reality of love and the actuality of suffering. I feel certain that suffering is actual, but not only real, only love is real. We wake up in the world. Now, what is love? Love is what we feel when we recognize something that is worth devoting our life to. The things we love are the things that make life worth living. They allow us to feel at home in this world and relax deeply and completely in the experience of being. We wake up in a world that often feels harsh and alien to us. It is unpredictable and beyond our control. We experience pain and suffering. We learn to protect ourselves from the perceived dangers that surround us. Some of us experience tremendous hardships. Others have a relatively easier time, but no one is completely unscathed by the challenges of existence. We are all wounded and in need of healing. Because we have been hurt, we conclude that at a deep and unconscious level that we do not belong here. The beginning of our spiritual search is an attempt to discover where we truly belong. We imagine that we are lost and feel compelled to find our way home. We have fallen out of love and long to discover the love that we know is our true home. Our early seeking is a series of attempts, often meandering and haphazard, to find our way home. We try practices, workshops, methods, communities, and teachers. Each time we wonder if this is it. Is this where I belong? Is this my home? We feel certain that we will know we are home when we fall in love. The experience of falling in love is the experience of realizing that this is it. It is the feeling that we have when we realize that we have come home. On our journey home, we may fall in love for a time only to realize that this is not it, and we move on and try again. Luckily, our efforts, if we are sincere and resolute, will be rewarded with periodic awakenings that light the way. Spiritual awakening is the ultimate homecoming. It has been the discovery of a home that you can never leave and realize that you have never been aware of, but home all along. This human life, with all of its hardships and joys, victories and defeats, pains and pleasures, is home. We are already home. This is it, and it always has been. The experience of life has left us with inner wounds of separation, habits of retraction, recoil, and isolation that leave us trapped in a severely limited sense of self. Somewhere deep inside, we realize that the sense of limitation is unreal, and we long to find our way back to reality. Okay. Lengthy article, as you can see. In moments of profound mystical opening on our awareness is temporarily released from the distorted perceptions of contraction. In these moments, we suddenly, unexpectedly find ourselves home. We land in a place so perfect we have no desire to be anywhere else. We are home in the most profound way imaginable. When these miraculous episodes fade, we find ourselves back to our limited and contracted self. We feel heartbroken. I'm going to skip to the end of this article here. It says, as we learn to allow the larger journey of spirit to unfold through us, we discover that we are here, what we are here for. We are not here to suffer and contract. We are the medium within which a natural process of growth takes place. That process will release constraints and unleash our true potential as part of the larger liberation of consciousness. We have no way to imagine where the larger journey of consciousness will take us, but that journey of existence is our journey nonetheless. When we let go of any attempt to be anywhere other than here, all of our energy is available to do the invisible work of conscious evolution. This is an endeavor worthy of devoting our life to. This is our journey we were born for. Okay, it's a good article. Kind of ties in with the whole idea of love and, what we really need to find and discover within ourselves and each other. All right, that brings us to a channeled message today from Quan Yin. Here we go.
How You Feel, Quan Yin, January 19, 2016. Channeled by Daniel Scranton. It is I, Quan Yin. Pretending that you are feeling something that you are not does you a great disservice. You often ask each other how you are doing, but most of the time you are not answering that question honestly. Sometimes you are simply unaware of how you are actually feeling, and sometimes you just don't want to burden the other. Sometimes it seems inappropriate because you don't know the other person very well. But whatever the reason is for not owning your current state of being and expressing it, you are not being authentic in that moment. You are not allowing yourself in that moment to be right where you are. And I recommend that you embrace and accept your current state of being, no matter what it is. I encourage you to be open and honest with how you feel. In fact, I suggest that you make it the most important thing that you share with another person. What has occurred throughout the course of your day is much less significant than how you feel about it. Anything that has occurred in your past is not nearly as important as how you feel about it now. By telling the truth about how it is you feel in any moment, you are putting yourself in touch with what is most significant in any moment. You actually have to tune into how you feel in order to express it honestly and clearly. And only after you tune into how you feel can you allow yourself the freedom to choose. It is important that you not only acknowledge how you feel, but also that you feel how you feel. And then it is possible to choose to feel something else. It is possible to be the conscious creator of your emotional state. I am Quan Yin, and I hold you in my heart.
Okay, good message from Quan Yin. And that brings us to our meditation for today. So close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Take another deep breath. And exhale again. Now let's just imagine ourselves walking out in the world. And just feeling the energy around us. And as we feel this energy, let's put aside any preconceived ideas of what this energy should be like. And let's just feel the energy. And feel it around you, and feel that within this energy is this essence of love that attracts this energy and holds it together. And imagine sending this energy back and forth, and sending it out from yourself out to others. And imagine as you do this, you see the love expand and the person's life and seems to move forward as if a great weight lifts off them. So we continue to move through the world, just sending out love, sending out light. And we let that be enough. For we know that love and light is what is needed in this world. So let the subconscious mind continue on that journey of sending out love, sending out light. And as we do, let's just take a moment of gratitude towards Great Spirit. Mother, Father, God, thank you for the blessings and the love you send to us this day. Thank you for the opportunity to see clearly that which is happening in the world around us. May our hearts be open to the guidance and the wisdom that you offer to us. And may we be faithful channels of your love and light into this world. So let the subconscious mind continue on the journey, sending out love and light. And let's bring the conscious mind back to the present moment on the count of 3. 3 coming back to the present moment filled with confidence. 2 coming back to the present moment filled with faith. And 1 coming back to the present moment happy, healthy, and whole. Happy, healthy, and whole. Take another deep breath. Exhale, and open your eyes. That's it, my friends. That's the show for today. Thank you very much for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll continue on with some more exciting information, something new. I have a subject I want to get into and really get in depth into the study of, so I'm going to be putting that together, and we're going to get on with that. All right, you have an awesome day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I love you. Keep loving each other. Peace. I'm out of here.